friends, welcome back to the channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. Today we are going over some tips and tricks for making cleaning easier and faster, what I do to maintain a clean house as well as much as possible as a mom of 4 with animals and just a full plate on our hands, as well as tackling some of those easily forgotten spaces in our house. I definitely had some areas that we're in desperate need of some cleaning that I have been putting on the back burner for months now. So we are going to get all of that done in today's video. I really want to encourage you as you watch today's video to either get up and clean along with me or get yourself a little notepad and let's jot down some of the maybe forgotten spots in your house that you've been putting off, as well as any tips and tricks that may help you out while you are tackling those different areas. But I always recommend, if possible, if you're watching me on your TV, turn this up and just tackle something small as we're hanging out together. This is a great little motivation. Plus, then we don't feel like we're doing it by ourselves. And let's be honest, sometimes cleaning with a friend is so much easier. All right, so one of the big tips I have for making cleaning easier and so much faster is decluttering first. Now, this is not like my decluttering videos that I've done in the past, those like big declutters. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just going around and quickly picking up everything that is where it doesn't belong. So if you're doing your bedroom, quickly just clean off your nightstand, make your bed, just tidy up. Do the tidying first. And it'll make going in and then doing the cleaning process so much quicker. So declutter. Now, doing a big declutter, I do highly recommend, because obviously the less you have, the easier it is to maintain it. But also when you're doing just like your regular maintenance cleaning, doing that decluttering first and quick tidy up makes cleaning so much quicker and so much faster and a lot less overwhelming. All right, so as you can see, we are in the laundry room. This is one of my forgotten areas. I was in desperate need of giving this laundry room just all over a really good clean, declutter, organize, literally everything. This is just one of those rooms that I feel like I'm not alone. I feel like a lot of us just don't think about it. Like, you go in here to do laundry and often it's just like, oh, well, it's good enough. But the amount of dust and dirt that the laundry room collects is insane, especially ours, because it is right off of our garage. So when people get home, they are coming in and out this door every day, all day. So between the dirt on people's shoes from coming in and out, the lint from the washer and dryer, and everything, this room can get filthy very, very easy. And I feel like the actual machine washer and dryer can get really dirty and we just don't think about it. So I am doing a good overhaul on the entire machine. So you can see I took these little cup holders out. That way I could get in there. You'd be surprised at how dirty it gets in here. But then you're also going to see here in a little bit, I'm also going to do the drain at the bottom, which I feel like a lot of people forget. The big tip I do have, though, when you do it, you're going to see me put down a towel. That is highly necessary, because when you open that drain, water is going to come out. And if you haven't done it in a long time or ever, I will also warn you, it probably stinks. So make sure you have a bowl or a towel or something to catch all that water.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love.
All right, so the next big tip I have to make cleaning easier and faster is going to be either using a cleaning caddy, so that way you can just bring your essential cleaning products with you from room to room, or keeping those cleaning products in designated rooms. So when it comes to like our bathrooms, I make sure there is toilet bowl cleaner, Lysol wipes, like the go-to cleaning products in each room. That way, if I go in the bathroom and I notice that the toilet needs to be cleaned, I can just do it right away. I don't have to leave the room to get the products to do it. So that makes cleaning a lot easier just because you're more apt to do it when you see it compared to like having to make time to do it. That is actually one reason why I like Lysol wipes, especially in the kids' bathrooms, because for them, it's real quick and easy. They can grab a wipe, they can wipe down their counters, they can wipe off the toilet, and it gets done more often, keeping those simple things around. So highly recommend, like I said, either a cleaning caddy or keeping certain products in certain rooms so that you are more likely to do it when you see it instead of having to add it to a list. All right, so going on to the washing machine. So I grabbed a ton of paper towel and I am filling this, what is it called? A gasket, I think, the rubber seal. And I am going to be soaking it in vinegar. That way it can really get in there and clean it out and everything. The biggest issue I have with my washer and dryer, honestly, though, isn't so much this gasket for like buildup. Like it gets in there, but I feel like it's pretty easy to clean, especially with this paper towel trick and everything. My big thing is, we, as you guys know, or if you don't, because you're new here, we have 2 dogs. One little dog, but she sheds a lot, and one very big dog with a lot of fur. So in our washing machine, there's constantly fur that builds up on this gasket, and it is like glue to the fur. It does not like to come off. So that is always my biggest thing, but I have found getting it wet and then using the paper towel and the vinegar to pull it off, it does help. And then also coming in with a scrub brush just to like loosen up that debris and get it off. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has pets and have a animal fur thing. So my biggest thing is be patient and just keep working at it. It's definitely one of those things that it can be tedious, but if you are patient and just keep working at it, it will get clean and make it a lot easier. The other thing I recommend is getting these little cleaning pods, and I'm going to show you one here in a second. And they have all sorts of different ones. I do like the ones that I use, but I've also done just vinegar and baking soda. That has worked well. But running your washing machine at least once a month on just a cleaning cycle, just like you would do with your dishwasher, is highly recommended just to keep everything clean and everything not stinking, because we all know that the washing machine can get stinky if you don't keep up with it.
Baby, I don't need you to tell me you were wrong. Swear my mind erased you the moment we were done. All out of me, you're all out of me. I'm finally free, it's all good. I'll be fine, and you'll keep on breaking hearts for fun. 1, 2, 3. I don't wanna see your face again, and I'll never let you near my friends. It's a shame that this is how it ends, but I wanna say thank you for nothing, 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 nothing. I wanna say thank you for nothing, 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 nothing. I wanna say thank you for nothing.
So my next big tip for keeping cleaning faster and easier is to create some sort of schedule. Now, this does not have to be a crazy strict schedule. If you are anything like me, specific written down like to the T schedules don't work for you anyway. That's why I always say I don't really have a schedule. I have habits, which honestly are the same thing, but I feel like for my brain, it's different. And everyone's going to be very different, but I do have daily habits of things that get done every single day. Going into the kitchen and the kitchen getting pretty much a top to bottom cleaning, every single day so that all the dishes are done, all the counters are wiped down, the floors are cleaned, making sure our bedroom gets a really good cleaning every single day, and the bathrooms at least get a little bit of a wipe down every single day. Those daily habits make cleaning so much easier and so much faster. And then when I have these projects like doing my laundry room, it feels so much less overwhelming. So making a cleaning schedule or creating these cleaning habits will make your life so much easier. And it may take time. It's not going to happen overnight, but you guys hear me say this all the time. It is all about progress over perfection. So even if this week you're just going to make one cleaning habit, you're just going to make sure that every day your dishwasher gets run and unloaded so that all the dishes are clean, at least for a part of the day. Let's be honest. My dishes don't stay clean all day, but there is at least a portion of the day that if you walked into my kitchen, all the dishes would be done. I like to make sure that like the dishwashers ran, it's then unloaded, and anything that didn't fit in the dishwasher at that time, I wash by hand. Like everything is done. So if you can pick one project and try to make a habit out of it and do it for this next week or 2 weeks, whatever it takes, it'll make your life so much easier and it's so much less overwhelming. Like I don't feel like I am cleaning all day, every day, because a lot of these things I just do in a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there. So if I am making lunch and I need to wait for something to boil or something to cook or something, whatever, I will just do one of these other projects and it doesn't feel like that much work because it's just habit. It's just habit to, oh, I'm waiting for whatever in the microwave or the grilled cheese on the stove. So I'm just going to quickly wipe down the refrigerator or quickly unload the dishwasher, things like that. It does make a really big difference. So think of little habits that you could implement this week that will make your cleaning routine a lot easier. Also, it may seem odd that I went from the laundry room to building these little storage containers, but I had a plan to my chaos. I had ordered these because Minnie, as sweet as she is, she liked to steal stuff from this lower area of our pantry. So I got these, that way they would roll out. It's nice having the kids' snacks down here because they are at the kids' level, so they can just grab them. And I like to have them somewhat organized because, let's be honest, sometimes kids don't think about the organization. But the big reason I went to putting these together is I knew I wanted to take the old organizers that were in here and bring them into the laundry room. So I figured, okay, I'm going to take a couple minutes, build these things. They were super easy to build, thankfully, and organize the pantry, or at least this lower section of the pantry. That way, I had the old organizers to bring back with me into the laundry room.
If you wanna see some crazy and also lazy, then you should meet me and my friends. Even though we got no money, we're sure as hell funny. Yeah, everything's better with them. We're just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. We don't worry about tomorrow. We just ooh, ooh, ooh. What we wanna do tonight. Waking up at sundown, the world's our playground, and we don't even have to pretend. Every time we're together, it doesn't get better, and every day's like a weekend. We're just like ooh, ooh.
The next big tip for making cleaning easier and faster, and I'll be honest, I'm not always perfect at this, but it does make a huge difference, is cleaning top to bottom. So especially if you are doing like a huge deep clean on a room, if you can try and remember, okay, I'm going to work on this stuff up top and then to the bottom. That way, as you're wiping off counters, cleaning light fixtures, everything like that. Like And I've done this before. You guys have seen me do it. So we are not perfect here. But this is the preferred method that'll make your life so much easier. But I have definitely done it where I've like wiped down the counters and then looked up at the light fixtures and been like, those are dusty and dirty. I need to clean them. So I then jump on the counters, clean the light fixtures, and then have to clean the counters again because one, I have been on the counters, and two, all the dust and debris from those light fixtures have fallen down. And then same when it comes to your floors. You don't want to sweep and mop your floors and then clean the counters, and all the crumbs and things from the counters are now back on your floors and your floors are dirty again. So trying to make that mental note as much as possible to work top to bottom will make your life so much easier. But like I said, none of us are perfect. So don't kick yourself if you forgot something that's higher up before doing stuff that's lower. Just keep going. It's okay. We all make mistakes. And I know so often it's easy to like hear all these tips and tricks from people, especially when you see a curated, edited video and be like, oh, it's so easy for you. I promise you it's not. You are watching a clip of my life that has been edited and put together to help motivate you guys. So I'm definitely not perfect either. And I'm just trying to help you as much as I can and get you guys motivated and learn some tips and tricks along the way. So definitely remember, it is not about being perfect. It's just about doing the best you can. My next tip can actually be really, really fun, especially if you get your kids involved, because I do highly recommend not taking on the task of maintaining your home just to yourself. Get your kids involved and stuff, but the next tip is set a timer. Often when I have a project that I've been putting off and I feel really, really overwhelmed with just the idea of doing it, it's often something that's not really going to take me that long. I have just built it up to be a much bigger ordeal than it actually is. So setting a timer and saying, okay, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to turn everything off and just focus on this project right here and stay specific. That makes a big difference also. If you set 30 minutes to clean your entire house, like you could, but it's real easy to like get distracted. So if you're looking at doing a project, stick to that project. If you're looking to clean your entire house, make smaller timers. Set a 5-minute timer and see how much you can get done in 5 minutes just in your bedroom. And then go to the next room and set a 5-minute timer. How much can I get done in the kitchen in just 5 minutes? All right, when that timer goes off, stop. I promise you're going to have gotten a lot done. And then go to the next room, 5 minutes. You're going to be so surprised. If you take 5 minutes and tackle every room for just 5 minutes, the amount of stuff you can get done, especially if you do that decluttering tip in the beginning first, of just going around and quickly doing the quick declutter tidy up and then a quick cleaning, will make all the difference in the world. I love, like I said, doing that with the kids, especially when they're like, I don't want to, and giving you the grunts and groans because you asked them to help out. I will often be like, hey, I'm going to set a 10-minute timer. I just want you to turn off all your electronics, put your toys down. Like, give me 10 minutes, uninterrupted help, and then you can be done. And it's crazy because when you get the family involved for 10 minutes, like you can get your whole house clean pretty much in 10 minutes if you get that uninterrupted time, everyone helping out and pitching in. And it's a lot less overwhelming to the kids when they know, like, oh, it's only 10 minutes. Mom's not saying, let's clean the entire house, which can be like, oh, overwhelming and dreadful and everything. They know Just 10 minutes. All I'm asking. At 10 minutes, you are allowed to leave and go do whatever you want. But give me 10 minutes of uninterrupted help.
I'd run 1,000 miles if I could run with you. And from what I have heard, you do the same thing too. I wanna say forever, we could be good together. Guess misery loves company. Better too late than never. You know we could do better. So take a chance and run with me. Everywhere we go, we turn to.
Now, another way that really helps with the mental game of cleaning and decluttering is turn on something you enjoy that you don't have to watch. Like, you want something audio. So if that's a audiobook, a YouTube video in the background, that's often what I will do. I will often turn on a cleaning video in the background, but I specifically pick creators that are a little bit more chatty with upbeat music. So that's why if you are here, I am chatty with upbeat music, because that is personally what I go for. Like, I want to feel like I'm hanging out with a friend and we've got some good music going and like that motivation to get up and get going. Either that or I turn on 90s country. I love me some 90s country, and I can turn that on and sing along to it and dance around to it and get so much done and not be like mentally thinking about what I'm doing, just going and doing. So if you love podcasts, turn on a podcast and turn it up. Like, turn that music up. Make it so your brain isn't focused on anything other than what you have on, and just go. Have that timer on, have that music going, and tackle as much as you can. It makes it a lot more fun, makes the time go faster, and it just makes everything a lot more enjoyable. And sometimes you just need something to make it just even 10% more enjoyable to make you want to do it. Because I say this all the time, and we're going to keep saying it because you always have cleaning influencers on here saying how, oh, I love cleaning. Like, it's my passion. And I don't love cleaning. I don't love cleaning. I would much rather not clean than clean. But I do enjoy having a clean home. And I know I enjoy my time with my family and with just myself relaxing in a clean and organized space. I don't have fun hanging out in my house when it's a complete disaster. I just don't. I get extremely overwhelmed and stressed out. So making cleaning enjoyable, if it's with music, a podcast, YouTube, whatever it is, can make all the difference in the world to give you that motivation to get up and just get it done.
Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appears.
Now, this is another thing you guys hear me talk about all the time, but I love cleaning products. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the things that actually makes cleaning enjoyable. But if you are looking to do a speed clean of your house, get yourself a multi-purpose cleaner you love using. I love using Pine Sol and Thieves Cleaner. But there's other people that really, really love Fabuloso or the Lemon Mr. Clean or something like that. Find one you really, really enjoy and use a really good multi-purpose cleaner. It makes it so much quicker and easier when you have one product and you are just going around and getting everything done with that one product than switching from glass cleaner and whatever, all the different types of cleaners. A good multi-purpose cleaner should be able to do pretty much every surface without any issues. So yes, your wood surfaces and your counters and your stainless, all those things. A good multi-purpose cleaner should go from each area. Now, I will say I have not found a good multi-purpose cleaner that actually does windows and glass really well. So I do always have a good glass cleaner that I like is a ride or die type situation. But other than those two things, not two things, other than that one area, my multi-purpose cleaner I use everywhere. And it will make your life so much easier. So yeah, get yourself a good multi-purpose cleaner that you actually enjoy using.
Rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, shall come to you, shall come to you, O Israel.
Another area you may be forgetting to clean. Now, this is in my laundry room, but you may not have this in your laundry room. It may be somewhere else. But around your AC unit can get so dusty. So that is what I'm doing here. When we remodeled this laundry room, we enclosed our AC unit. And that's why we use this. What is it called? I can't remember. But as you can see, it's like a mesh at the bottom. That way there is still airflow into this unit. But it gets so dusty because you constantly have that airflow of it sucking into the system. So I like to come in here as much as I can remember. I will be honest, I'm not the best at it either. But just with the vacuum and give it a really good dusting, clean off the vents and everything. And honestly, the vents all around your house are easy to forget sometimes. Actually, I need to do the boys' intake vent in their bedroom. It's on their ceiling, and it was just today that I was talking to Xander, and I looked up, and I'm like, ooh, that is gross. And I didn't grab the vacuum and do it, which is why keeping cleaning products in your rooms that you use them is good. Now, obviously, I'm not going to keep a vacuum in their room. But if there was a vacuum in their room, I probably would have done it right then and there. But yes, going around and getting this all cleaned up makes a huge difference. And that also is going to bring me to my next tip of using electronics. Now, I realize things like robot vacuums and stuff can be pricey, but especially this time of year with Christmas and everything, when I want a big thing, I always ask for gift cards, and usually Amazon gift cards, because that way I'm not asking for something like a $400 vacuum. But if someone gives me $20 here, $50 there, and I save up from birthdays, Christmas, or whatever, and it brings the price of those items down, it makes it so much more affordable, and I don't feel as guilty. I am definitely the mom that feels guilty about spending money on myself. And that includes spending money on new fun cleaning tools, even though it's to make cleaning the house for everyone easier. I feel guilty about it. I'm the mom that I wear the same clothes for years until they have to be replaced because I feel guilty about buying myself a new wardrobe. So I get that feeling. And I feel like a lot of us get that feeling of guilt. Like, I'll go into the store and buy a $20 outfit for my kids, no problem, or a $15 toy. But spending it on me, I always question. So asking for gift cards and stuff for things like that, highly recommend, because it does make a huge difference. Me being able to, you saw me pick up the rug and everything. I then turned on the robot vacuum and told it to go into the laundry room and clean the floors for me. That way I could come out and tackle the rest of the house, because even though I was working that room, it doesn't mean the rest of the house was being taken care of. It still had to get worked on also. Me and my husband are really good team, but a lot of people always ask, they're like, oh, well, why don't we see your husband helping? And it's because we have it very set up of, I work on the inside of the house. It's how it's always been. And I prefer it because, let's be honest, I have a way of doing things, and usually will end up redoing it if it's not done the way I do it, which I know sounds ridiculous, but it's the way my brain works. So, and he works outside. So I don't love having to work in the gardens on a regular basis, or the grass, or in the garage, or fixing things. He's constantly fixing things for me, or building things, or he's always got something on his to-do list. So the rest of the house, while I was in the laundry room, I obviously hadn't gotten to, so need to get to. So being able to say, hey, let's just turn on the robot vacuum to handle the floors saves me so much time. I'm also like, this is a part in my life right now where my time to get stuff done during the day isn't the easiest, because I'll have like an hour here or there between pumping and feeding the baby. And then on top of that, I'm surviving off of about 4 hours of sleep at night. So having a little cheats here and there of something that can help you is something that I think is worth investing in yourself. That was a lot to be said to say, get yourself a robot vacuum. It's totally worth it. But that is another one of my tips. Use technology to your advantage.
I will not bow down. Keep putting me off, I'm not gonna change my mind. You're headstrong forward.
Another very useful help is prioritizing high traffic areas. So I know we did the laundry room today, but one of the reasons that it does get put off into the back burner is it's not a high priority area. Areas like my kitchen and my family room, those are going to be the highest priority, my main living area. When it comes to the laundry room, the kids' bedrooms, and honestly, even my bedroom, I'm going to put those on the back burner and make sure that the main living area is done first. One is something that I feel like mentally makes a big difference because you're spending so much time in it. It's going to make you feel the best when those areas are clean. But also, I feel like it makes the biggest impact overall. So prioritize your high impact areas. If you only have a couple minutes today and you want to get something done, pick an area of your house that is going to make the biggest impact for you. And this will vary from person to person. For me, it's often the kitchen that makes the biggest impact for me. But everyone's going to be a little bit different when it comes to that. The other thing is utilizing the help of your family. I said this earlier, but getting the kids involved is huge. The other thing is, you can see Bobby was sitting over there. I was trying to get stuff done, and I asked him if he could feed the baby. It's something that I normally do. One benefit, I guess, of me pumping is he can easily make a bottle and feed the baby, but don't feel bad about asking for help. I feel like as moms, we often kind of feel like we are failing if we're not doing it all by ourselves. And I promise you that is not the case. So ask for help, get people to give you a hand, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. And we all deserve the help. So another thing that was on my to-do list was reorganizing our garage freezer. So that is why I was quickly dealing with my excess of milk. And I did have to point this out the other day in a video. I don't bag and freeze all my milk. I only bag the excess milk. Athena pretty much only drinks fresh milk. So I will make her a bottle and pour the extra milk into this little pitcher, and I freeze the extra and freeze dry the extra. So I was doing that. That way I could bring out the milk that was in the freezer on the inside to the outside and organize it all out. I know it can seem kind of crazy, but I try and freeze my milk flat inside. And then I have been doing milk bricks, which is just putting them into a gallon bag, which makes it's nice because you can have a milk avalanche in these stand-up freezers if you don't make these milk bricks. I have had it happen before. So it makes it just a lot easier. However, I just started doing this, so I wanted to give everything a good organization. Plus that I'm not filling out the date on every single bag. I am just filling out the month and putting it on the gallon bag. I don't mind doing that because realistically, a bag like this, I can fit 7-ounce bags in. This milk brick is only about 2 days worth of milk. So all my milk that I have in December, it's not what day it was produced isn't going to make the big difference of it because it's going to get used up fairly quickly. So I just put December on it, and I know how many bags are in each one and how much I do in each bag.
I'm so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Posters covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter. Not working out.
All right, so this next tip is probably the most important tip of all of them. And it kind of goes along with the progress over perfection that I always tell you guys, but it's give yourself grace. We are our own worst critics, and we like to compare ourselves to everyone else. And with social media nowadays, it's really, really easy to talk down to ourselves. So I'm going to tell you right now, you need to give yourself some grace. We all have days where we don't get as much done as we would hope. And we all have days where we just don't feel like doing anything and nothing gets done. And I just want to tell you, that's okay. It's not about getting everything done every single day. It's about doing the best you can. And I highly recommend making a list of everything you got done today. Because for the most part, if you are anything like me, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't get anything done today. But you took the kids to school. You picked them up from school. You made breakfast. You made lunch. You tidied up whatever space. You made dinner. You did all of these things, scheduled doctor's appointments, took people to doctor's appointments. There's so many things that I will get done in a day also that I don't consider work. That definitely is work that, yes, give yourself grace and don't compare yourself to anyone else because we are all just doing the best we can. But here we are. We are at the end of today's video, which means I am sharing all of your guys' Christmas photos. Thank you guys for sending those in to me. If you're still wanting to send them in, it's on Instagram at Living with Cambria over there. You can shoot me a message with your Christmas photos. I've been loving seeing everyone's Christmas photos. I did also share some photos of the kids seeing Santa over the weekend. So I have those at the very end for you guys. If you didn't see them on my community post, I wanted to share them here. But hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you Friday. Bye.
Comfort from